For every established Hollywood megastar making their way to Netflix, there are countless stars who made their debut in Netflix shows and films. Some burst out of nowhere. Others made the jump from songs to screen, and others became cult icons overnight. So here are 8 actors whose careers started on Netflix. If we're talking about stars who got their big break on Netflix, and we are, then why not start with the breakout to end all breakouts? Yes, the mighty Shannon Purser as the equally mighty Barb in Stranger Things. When the show launched in 2016, it took the world by storm with its paranormal adventures and rad 80s style. But with it came an outpouring of love for poor Barbara Holland.
When alpha particles go through gold foil, they become
unoccupied space.
Best friend to Nancy Wheeler, and soon-to-be Monster Chow for the Demogorgon. Barb, we hardly knew you, but your epic glasses and mum jeans combo made quite the impression. Hashtag Justice for Barb trended on Twitter, and Shannon Purser was nominated for Outstanding Guest Actress in a drama series at the 2017 Emmys. Not bad for your first TV role. And while Barb never got her happy ending in Hawkins, Shannon's life is going much better. She took the title role in Sierra Burgess is a Loser, a Netflix remake of Cyrano, and can be seen in Riverdale as Ethel Muggs. We just hope Ethel doesn't hang out by any spooky swimming pools. It doesn't tend to end well for her. As the breakout hit of 2021, Squid Game made international superstars of its entire cast, but amongst them was another first-time face. Ho Young-jung plays Kang Se-byuk. The North Korean defector battling to win the money needed to smuggle her parents into the country. It was a bold, star-making turn, and all the more impressive for being Ho Young's first acting role. And not just that. Ho Young later revealed that Squid Game was the first script for her first edition. Actors don't get much fresher than that. Okay, so she's also been an award-winning model for 10 years, even competing in Korea's Next Top Model in 2013. But this is a very different kind of performance. Ho Young does amazing stuff with the part, and she transforms from angry outsider to a more trusting partner. She said she prepared for the part by watching documentaries about defectors and talking with real defectors to perfect her northern Hamgyong province dialect. Though, true to her character, you only hear it when she gets angry or is talking with her brother.
엄마 아버지 꼭 오실 거다. 누나가 꼭 그렇게 만들 거야.
It's this level of detail that tells us that Ho Young is one to watch. Moordale Secondary School in sex education may be an unconventional institution, but there's no questioning the talent of its alumni. From the fabulous Ncuti Gatwa to Amy Lou Wood's ditzy Amy, the show is bulging with upcoming stars. But while many of the cast had smaller roles on stage or on screen before joining the show, you might be surprised to find out this was Emma Mackey's first major part, especially given the brassy confidence of her character, Maeve.
You look like a what's-it. Nice hat.
Emma was so new to acting that she didn't even have formal headshots when auditioning for the part, winning over the casting director by turning up in character and playing with her chewing gum through the audition. That same attitude dazzles on screen as we navigate the turmoil of the will they, won't they chemistry with Asa Butterfield's Otis. She isn't the only cast member making their screen debut in sex education. Others include George Robinson as the artistic Isaac, Chenya Ezeudu as the school's resident brainbox Viv, and in the most recent series, Dua Saleh as Cal, Jackson's new partner in crime.
We get it high in Minneapolis, baby!
Taking on any role is daunting, but taking on the lead role in a fantasy epic with legions of passionate fans takes that to the next level. But that's exactly what Jessie May Lee did when she stepped into the shoes of Alina Starkov in Shadow and Bone. Based on the hit Grishaverse novels by Lee Bardugo, the series charts the adventures of Alina as she unleashes her previously untapped magical abilities.
Your first words to me were, "What are you?" This is what I am.
Jessie had starred on the London stage and in short films before being cast, but says her love of dark fantasy and fairy tales and respect for showrunner Eric Heiserer's previous work made this a special edition for her. That enthusiasm obviously shone through. When the book's author, Lee Bardugo, was viewing audition tapes, she said she didn't watch any more as soon as she got to Jessie's. And so it is that her breakout screen role was in one of the biggest Netflix shows of 2021. And with it, a second season now in production. Loosely based on comedian Mindy Kaling's childhood, Never Have I Ever is not just a welcome burst of South Asian representation on TV, but a brilliantly funny and warm comedy in its own right.
If I had your body, I'd cheat at rape too. I'm so sorry, that was such a weird thing to say.
Much of this rests on Maitreyi Ramakrishnan's turn as Devi, which makes it all the more astonishing that she was a total unknown before being cast. Responding to an open casting call on Twitter, Tamil-Canadian star Maitreyi recorded her audition tape in her local library with a friend and was eventually chosen from 15,000 applications to play the part. We fell head over heels for her charming debut, and we're not the only ones. In 2021, she was named by Time magazine as one of the 100 most influential people, and that popularity has seen her cast in The Netherfield Girls for Netflix, a fresh, contemporary take on Pride and Prejudice, where Maitreyi takes the lead role of Lizzie Bennet. The film and Season 3 of Never Have I Ever are both heading to Netflix, so expect plenty more Maitreyi to come.
Later, skater.
What?
If you're anything like us, you binged the first series of Young Royals in a single day, completely hooked on the budding romance between Prince Wilhelm of Sweden and working-class student Simon Eriksson, played by Omar Rudberg. If you think that on-screen chemistry comes from years of actorly experience, guess again. Outside of his music videos, Young Royals is Omar's first acting role. The Venezuelan-Swedish star is better known for his music career. He took part in Sweden's Got Talent in 2010 and enjoyed a stint in the boy band Fo and O, where he almost represented Sweden in the Eurovision Song Contest. Going solo in 2018, Omar saw further chart success, which explains that lovely singing voice in Young Royals. Who couldn't swoon at the choir's rendition of It Takes a Fool to Remain Sane? He may not have made it to Eurovision, but it's 12 points from us. And you can expect more Omar when Young Royals returns for a second season. Now, you may have heard of Addison Rae before seeing her acting debut in He's All That. Perhaps you're one of her 86.1 million followers on TikTok, where the social media superstar rose to fame grooving around her living room. Not bad considering she only started posting vids in July 2019. In 2021, she branched out with a debut single, Obsessed, in March, and her first acting role in Netflix's gender swap remake of She's All That, where in the original, Freddie Prinze Jr. tried to transform Rachel Lee Cook's dorky Lainey. The new version sees Addison's popular Paget attempt to turn Cobra Kai's Tanner Buchanan from anti-social misfit to prom king. The film's bubbly energy won over a legion of new fans and led to Addison signing up to make more films with Netflix in the future. So, you saw her here first, and you will see her again soon.
This will be me proving that once again, I can take anything or anyone and make them popular.
South African drama Blood and Water was the first original African programme to hit the #1 spot on Netflix in the US. It definitely got its hooks into us, as schoolgirl Pulang infiltrates an elite school where she suspects another student, Fikile, of being her long-lost sister. Pulang is played by Ama Kwamata, who made her Netflix debut alongside a recurring role on South African soap Gomorrah, while Fikile is played by Cozy Ngema in her first acting role.
Are you trying to find some painful childhood secrets?
Things could have been different. Cozy actually auditioned for Pulang before being called back to try out for Fikile. But while we can't imagine the duo being played by anyone else, watching the pair navigate their tricky relationship is compulsive stuff. It even won Best TV Drama at the 2021 South African Film and Television Awards. We can't wait to see what comes next for our stars. Those are just some of the stars seen first on Netflix. Why not let us know any of your favourite discoveries in the comments, and subscribe to Still Watching Netflix for even more.